Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, August 27th, and it is a beautiful day here. So, my day has started off very interesting. So, I um I got up this morning and I was making myself some breakfast. So, we have a pretty old stove in our rental. It has its temperaments. And so for it to actually come on and start to heat up, you have to turn it all the way to high. And then once it starts heating up and is getting hot, then you can kind of turn it back down. So I was cooking bacon this morning. I love bacon for breakfast. I have found, and this is something that my parents have always done growing up, when you get your bacon and you're getting ready to open it initially, you slice it down the center and then it cuts it in half. So you have smaller pieces that will fit in your skillet better. So then you just have to kind of slice open one side and you've got these little half pieces that go right in the skillet. So I was making breakfast this morning and I was sitting in here at my desk eating and doing some work on the computer that needed done. And I started smelling something odd. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I thought at first it was my Scentsy warmer. So I unplugged my Scentsy warmer and I still was smelling it. Now you have to remember, when I was done cooking my bacon, I poured my grease into the little can that I keep, tossed it in the trash, and I swear I turned the stove off. And I look up and I'm surprised that our smoke alarms hadn't went off yet because the kitchen was just full of smoke. Empty skillet on a burner, stove on high. That's how my morning has started. Good morning, Mike Wheeler. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. So, it's been a little interesting this morning. So, the skillet is sitting outside on the sidewalk. Good morning, dear. So, the house still smells a little like smoke. It's still got a little bit of a haze in here. I hope this isn't a preset of what my day is going to look like. Otherwise, I am in a world of hurt. I stood in the middle of the living room. After I went out, I took the skillet outside. I sat it on the sidewalk, away from like any grass or anything. Good morning, Cynthia. Welcome in. I sat it down so there was no grass around it, and I came back in the house and I just went. And Peaches, God bless the little kitty. No, honey, you can't leave me alone at all. Peaches had been coming and pawing at my leg for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, Peaches, I was like, kept shooing her, like giving her some like little, like kind of snuggling her by the ears. And she was just insistent, like that something was wrong. And I looked, I'm like, she was calling me 50,000 kinds of stupid as I'm sitting here. And I'm like, well then, I'm not sure what condition the skillet's in. It was one of those, like, it wasn't an expensive skillet. It was one of those where, like, it was part of one of those sets that you get at Walmart. Good morning, Rhonda with Dances with Goofy. Good morning, Christine Hickman. I am a hot mess. I am completely a hot mess. I jabbed myself in the eye with my mascara wand this morning. I opened it was this. I'm honestly shocked that the smoke alarms didn't go off. There was enough smoke that they should have. And so it just may not have been in the right rooms, because we only have a smoke detector in the bedroom. There's not one in the kitchen. And so I opened the front door and I lowered the glass on our screen door so like there could be like the smoke could go out. And in flies a fly. And it landed in my coffee. Thankfully, I hadn't taken the time to like put my creamer and stuff in it yet. So I had to go dump out my coffee and redo my coffee. It is only 5 after 9. And I feel like the day has already been really long. I don't know what to do with me sometimes. Didn't anyone tell you that's not how to apply makeup? Okay, the funnier part about that is I've actually done my makeup, mascara and all, going down the road and managed not to poke myself in the eye with the mascara wand. Sitting on my bed, doing my mascara, I jab myself in the eye. Oh, I do not deserve a tickle because I'd probably fall out of my chair and break my toe again. About, what's it been, dear? Maybe like 2 weeks. I posted a picture of it on Instagram. So I have to go find it now because I can tell you what date it happened. Scroll. That's my toe. Okay. On August 10th, so about 2 weeks ago, Sam and I were cleaning up something. Maybe that's why she goes live when I'm not home now. Well, speaking of that, I will tell you this and then I'll go back to my story. This will be the last morning last Thursday I go live in the mornings. Starting next week, I am going to be going live at 6 p.m. Central on Mondays and Thursdays, simply because it is about time for school to start again, and if I'm subbing, I can't really live stream, so I'm going to move my live streams to Mondays and Thursdays in the evening at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. So that will start next week. We will see how that goes. If I have to do some changing things around with the school year, I will. But that is something that I was going to tell you. I figured it now works. I will remind you all again at the end. Anyway, so August 10th, Sam and I were doing something, and I catch my foot in the corner of the comforter on the bed, and I bend my toe back, and I break my toe. I posted a picture of it on Instagram because it was so painful. I couldn't even like flex my toes. It hurt so bad. So I break my toe catching it in a comforter. Sam comes and tickles me. I will probably fall out and break my leg. So, but you never know. With me going live in the evenings and Sam being home, you will probably end up getting tickles again. You never know. Yeah, Sam is at work. He is working hard. Okay, I will see you at lunch, dear. Love you. For lunch, I will tell you all what Sam's gonna have for lunch. He already knows. Last night I made a pasta bake, and this is a recipe that it's stupidly simple. It's one of those kiss recipes. Keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simply simple. However you want to put it. Literally, you take pound and a half of ground beef or like breakfast sausage, and you brown it up in a skillet, and you set it aside. You boil your noodles until they're just starting to get soft. They're just al dente. And then you combine it with your pasta sauce and your meat, and you mix it together. So you need a pretty decent like pot or skillet to do this in. And then you take like a lasagna pan or a casserole dish and you dump it all in there. And then you take a second jar or can of spaghetti sauce and you pour it in and you just kind of mix it together in the dish. Then you take a 4-cup bag of cheese and you dump it on top. And then you just kind of spread it around until it covers the whole top. And then I put it in the oven at 200 degrees for about 30 minutes. And that simply 200 degrees on an oven is a holding temperature. It will keep everything warm. So it's literally just going to melt your cheese. Then, like right before Sam gets home, so yesterday it was at about 3:15, I cranked the oven up to 350 and it browned and kind of crisped the cheese on the edges, and it was so good. Sam ate 2 massive helpings of it, and so he's going to have a smaller portion for lunch. He won't have too much because it's really warm here in Kansas this week. It is massively uncomfortable. I walked to and from the bank and the grocery store. You all know that we have been doing cleaning, like massive deep spring fall cleaning. When Sam was home, he was only working those 3 days. We did a lot of cleaning. And one of the things that we just hadn't gotten to was we have a china hutch that was built. It's built into the house. And it's got a drawer in it, and just random papers, like important papers, would get shoved into this drawer. And so the other night we were going through it and we found tons of old papers. And I think what happened was we started it as a shred drawer. Yes, you got to see Miss Christie. I didn't know if that was a current picture, if that was an older picture. But that's so cool. That's so awesome. You got to see Miss Christie, not Miss Crispy. I see crispy cheese. Oh, y'all know how my day's gonna go. So we cleaned out that drawer. I want to say we just kind of sat and did it Sunday night, and there was a cup, like before we got the printer that we have now. I bought a really nice printer from QVC in 2015, and it's a HP Envy 7640, and it's not the newest one now. I mean, it's 5 years old now, but it's amazing, and it uses the HP Instinct program, so we really like it. But the printer that we had before, I'm assuming that we were trying to print something, but there was a really messed up copy of Sam's DD214, which is, got tons of personal information on it. And so it wasn't printed right, but there was enough that you could detect, like, driver's license number, partial, and part of his social security number, just information that you just don't put straight into the trash. So yesterday I was going to go to the grocery store, and I'm like, okay, so I took that and a couple old driver's license that in the state of Kansas, they don't keep your expired driver's license. You keep it. And I'm glad that I'm being entertaining. So I took those with me, and I took them to the bank, and I said, hey, can you shred these for me? And they said, sure, not a problem. So I did that, and I went to the grocery store, and I picked up 1.5 pounds of their breakfast sausage. Now, in Hillsboro, we have a really small home-owned grocery store. It's called Dale's Supermarket. They make their own sausage. They season it themselves. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they make smoked sausage from the breakfast sausage. And all they simply do is in liquid smoke, and they case it into these long ropes of sausage. And it is like, people drive for this sausage. I don't particularly care for it. I mean, okay, let me preface this to say, I liked it at first. Sam and I got, and it comes in a big, like, sausage spiral. It's, very hometown, very, very small town grocery store. And Sam grilled it up. I got the flu that night. Tasted great going down. Not so great the second time on the way back up. I know not to go into the grocery store on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Um, Yesterday it was late enough in the afternoon that I went that the smell wasn't there. But otherwise I get a gag reflex. But anyway, before they add the liquid smoke and stuff to it, I love their breakfast sausage. So I browned that up for the pasta bake. I was out of eggs, so I got eggs and I bought a box of brownie mix. I went all out for dinner yesterday, y'all. I made the pasta bake, I made brownies, and when I've been cleaning, that's what I do because I'm home and I'm not working. I clean. And one of the things that I have been putting off cleaning out is my spice cabinet. I mean, we all have like my parents' spice cabinet, I swear, is older than I am because I'll go to grab something and what it's supposed to smell like. You know what sage, you know what rosemary, you know what poultry seasonings are supposed to smell like. When it doesn't have a smell, you know it's too old. So randomly, and my brother Howard was already doing this. Sorry, I've got morning allergies and my nose is running from the smoke that's still a little bit in the air. He would he would go grocery shopping with my dad. And so I do that a little bit now. Grab a seasoning and put it in the cart. And Dad doesn't really pay attention. I mean, I put everything from Oreos. My God. And I will grab a seasoning and put it in the cart, just like my brother did. Get home, you take the seasoning out of the bag. When mom and dad aren't looking, you go to the cabinet, pull the seasoning out, put the new one in, throw the old one away, turn around, and you smile pretty and act like you did nothing. My seasonings were about that bad. So I went through and I played yep, this one needs to go, or this is hard. Why do I still have this? And yeah, so my spice cabinet went from having a lot of things that I couldn't use to things that I now can use. So I'm very excited about that. But in the midst of cleaning out my spice cabinet, I had this like Lazy Susan that had been on my stove and then it got put in my cabinet that I ended up just tossing because it was kind of getting grungy. There was a brand new bag, not expired, of mini chocolate chips. So it was sitting in my cabinet. So yesterday when I'm putting together my brownies, I went, ooh, I have chocolate chips. So I opened up the chocolate chips, managed not to dump them on the floor, and sprinkled the whole top with mini chocolate chips. These are very good brownies. And then I was going to make a tossed salad, but after Sam ate like 2 servings of pasta bake that like filled his plate, he said he wasn't hungry anymore. So I didn't make the salad. But I don't know about you guys, but it seems like every time I turn around, I'm doing something that people ask me if I'm blonde. They're like, Lena, do you dye your hair? And I'm like, no, I actually was born with very, very dark hair. I was actually born with a full head of hair, and it was all dark. It didn't fall out, so it's sometimes people go, well, Lena, do you do this kind of stuff like on purpose? Yes, I trip over and injure myself on purpose. No, it's just I'm a klutz. It's just who I am. Sam says I can trip over like the dustbin, like when sun shines into your house and like you can see like the little particles of things that like float and like in the sunshine, I can trip over those. Mike, just like go ahead, Mike, just say it. We're all friends here. So between I don't know. it's just going to be one of those days, I think. But yeah, it's 9:20 and I already feel like I've done a lot today, and that's simply because it's not really family friendly. Well, you know what, Mike, that's okay, because sometimes here at Life with Lena, we just aren't 100% family friendly. I've drank on stream, so we're all good here. But one of the things that I'm working on, I'm already working on Christmas cards. I am very I'm not sure. School starts here September 9th. So that's like in a couple weeks, which happens to be my birthday. And just an FYI, the week of my birthday, Monday will be a regular evening stream. But instead of doing a live stream on Thursday, which is the day after my birthday, the live stream will be on Wednesday, and it will be start at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's a birthday party for me, live stream. If you'd like to join in and pop on, just say hello. Excuse me. Sometimes coffee gives me a little bit of indigestion. If you just want to pop in and say hello, you want to come hang out for a little bit, shoot me a message on Instagram, Life with Lena, and I will make sure that you get the StreamYard link to come hang out with me on my birthday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm this next weekend for Labor Day weekend. It has to do with gagging on sauce. Oh my Mike. I can already kind of see where it's going. Okay. Oh. Anyway, for Labor Day weekend, I was going to go with some friends to the Renaissance Festival up in Kansas City. Sam and I have been home in Hillsboro 10 years now. For the past 10 years, we've said we're going to go to the Renaissance Festival this year. But something has come up to make it to where we couldn't go. One year it was Sam was gone. He had been gone for training. It was drill weekend in the Army. And I mean, granted, it's not just one weekend, it's like a month. But we'd like just forget about it and space it off until after it was over. And I'd go, oh, the Renaissance Festival just ended. And Sam's like, well, why didn't you say something? We would have went. I'm like, well, I don't know. I forgot. So, I mean, it's just been something every single year. So this year, over the 4th, the Renaissance Festival was offering buy one, get one free tickets for the season. Sam goes, go ahead and buy 2 sets. We'll go up there twice this year. We'll go up with our friends up in Kansas City, and we were going to go up there to sit for the weekend for Labor Day anyway. We will go up there, we'll hang out with them, we'll go to the Renaissance Festival, we'll celebrate your birthday, and then we'll go again later in the season. Awesome, great. Well, then they moved the season to start at the end of September through the end of October. Okay, fine. We'll still go visit. We'll still go hang with them at Labor Day, and then we'll hang out with them again at the end of September. We'll be up in Kansas City 3 times this fall instead of just twice. Okay. Well, a couple days ago, I think it was Monday. It was either last Friday or this past or Monday. They said, well, unfortunately, we're going to have to cancel the season. So they said all ticket sales are final. Well, I'm not really okay with that, because it wasn't the fact that we decided we didn't want to go. It was they were told that they couldn't have the event by the county where Bonner Springs, Kansas is. They're like, there's too many people that can come. Okay. So I called and I said, really, is there any way that I can get a refund? And the gal goes, if it was up to me, I would give everyone who calls a refund. But they said all ticket sales are final. I said, okay, I was like, well, I guess, I've got these tickets paid for next year. She goes, but, no, and ooh, I hear but. She goes, I can give you an email address for someone that would be the only one who'd be able to issue a refund and see what happens there. And I'm like, okay. She's like, and if all fails, just dispute it with your credit card. And I'm like, I don't agree with that because I made the purchase. I don't dispute that I made the purchase. I just don't think that, they should say all sales final and not give the option for a refund. So I sent an email on Tuesday because I called on Tuesday. Didn't hear any, or did I send it Monday? I sent it Monday afternoon. So I found it. Okay, so it was announced on Friday that it was that's the timeline. Okay, so Friday it was announced that it was canceled. Monday I sent an email. I didn't hear anything on Monday. I didn't hear anything back. I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't hear anything on Tuesday. Now I was like, all right, well, I didn't even get a response. So about 3 o'clock, like on my phone, I get this notification I've got a couple emails. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really think anything about it. I get so many junk emails, like I tend not to just check every time I get an email. So, okay, not a problem, Mike. I'll still be here probably. And I checked the email and it was 2 emails stating that I got a refund. So initially Sam and I paid $68 and some change for 4 tickets. And that includes the tickets and the online processing fee. We received $60 of that back. So, and we just didn't get the online processing fee back, which is fine. I understand that they have to pay for the processing, whatever. So I was really happy to get that $60 back. I mean, even though we probably will go next year, it's the fact that there's things that I can do with. I mean, and granted, $60 isn't a whole lot, but $60 I can do something else with that $60 this year. Maybe, and it was deposited yesterday, so it took, and I figured with getting because the email came in after 3 o'clock, which is when our bank here technically closes. So I'm like, okay, if they sent the deposit at the same time that I got this email, then the deposit is setting at the bank for the following business day, which was fine with me. It's not like I needed that money absolutely right then. I didn't even know if I was going to get it back or not. So it very much was a very pleasant surprise. But still, I never received a response to my email. Not even something to say, Mrs. Hall, thank you so, we received your email and we are going to refund you your ticket. Nothing. We just got the refund email. So, I was pleased with that. I did appreciate them doing that because they didn't have to. The website did say all sales final, but I'm sure that they are getting a lot of email, a lot of phone calls, and this person is probably getting tons of emails. Okay, Mike, not a problem. Probably getting a ton of emails about like saying, hey, I want my money back. Because I mean, if you've got kids who are going to school and you're not going to be able to go to the Renaissance Fair, parents can put that money towards school supplies or clothes, or if they're going to be doing, and at least here, there's 3 different types of schooling. There's in-school learning, there's remote learning, and there's team learning. And in-school and virtual learning or remote learning it's the same thing. The thing that's different is this teen learning, and it's for 6 through 12. And it's pretty much homeschooling, and you do, instead of having to log in at a certain time and be on the computer like at certain times, you just have to complete X amount of coursework a week. And so I know a lot of people are taking this teen learning option that have older kids, and so they can take that $30 or however much money they spend on tickets and do something like as a field trip or something. Because I'm sure that a lot of people were thinking, hey, I can do the Renaissance Festival as a field trip. Guys, I went to the Renaissance Festival as a field trip all 4 years of high school. It's technically something that's offered, okay, let me preface this to say, with the Thursday throwback, this was offered when I was in high school. Um, one of the classes that I took my senior year was, I took 4 college classes. I took, hold on, or did I take 3? I thought I took 2 a semester, but I can't remember what the other one was. The 3 that I can remember is Comp 1, British Lit, college psychology, and there was a 4th one. And I swear it was another English class, because I think I took 3 English classes. I just can't remember what it was. I wasn't Comp 2. But it was another English class. But anyway, the teacher for the British Lit class was the same teacher for all three English classes. So one of the things that we did was we went to the Renaissance Fair, because British Lit was a second semester class. It was a winter semester or spring semester class, not a fall semester class. But we went to the Renaissance Fair, and if you went to the Renaissance Festival, which granted you paid for, you got extra credit for the following semester. No brainer, right? So what it is that it's opened up first to those in the class. Then and they say, okay, you've got a best XFIG, and they figured in high school you really want a seat all by yourself. Karen Crocheter, welcome in. Glad that you're here this morning. So they figured it 1 person per seat. If, sometimes people will share a seat, but really you kind of want your own space. So they figure 1 person per seat. And once anyone in the class has had time to sign up, they open it up to the rest of the school to say, okay, we have X amount of seats left. It's first come, first served, and you must pay for your entry ticket when you sign up. So the funny thing is my group of friends actually went every year, all 4 years. A couple of my friends took Brit Lit my senior year. A couple of them didn't. But they're like, let us know as soon as if there's going to be open space available. So you have to realize that this school year, this following May, I'll have been graduated from high school 15 years. So 15 years ago, texting still wasn't huge, but it wasn't huge, but it was getting there. And we didn't have fancy little phones like this. We had those Nokia phones where you're pushing the same button like 4 times to get to X, But you could sit there and look at your teacher, and you knew exactly where those buttons were, and you could type out a text message really quick and send it off, because we had really shorthand. So, all 4 years, my group of friends and I got to go to the Renaissance Festival. So, it's something that I've done in the past, but unfortunately, I'm not going to get to do it this year, which is a little bit of a bummer. But there's always another year. It was the 1 year we actually bought tickets, and it's, of course, this year we can't go. Oh, I think it's going to be another very warm day here in Kansas. And I know that it's warmer in other places, but it is just about 9:35, and it is 75 degrees. Feels like 75 with a 75% humidity. It is warm. However, and it's changed again. Interesting. Okay, so originally we were supposed to have rain tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So it looks like it's pushed off a little bit, and it looks like we have a 60% chance of rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And it's still going to be in the 90s. It's not doing much to cool it off for us, which I guess that's okay. At least we have air conditioning. And Sam and I, our thoughts are, and as I'm sure you all are, our thoughts and prayers are with those who are in the path of Hurricane Laura. you know, I think I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say because I feel like that would just jinx it. But 2020 has definitely been a mess, and so hold on, let's see. Hey Google, how many days of 2020 are left?
261 days. Here's a summary from Fast Company. The reply they expect to get is that
That's not correct. Hey Google, how many days until December 31st, 2020?
December 31st, 2020 is in 126 days.
So we have 126 days left of 2020. There's been a lot of funny memes that go around, and Sam shared one with me a little ways back, and it was something to the effect of, I'm staying up till midnight on New Year's Eve, not to celebrate the new year coming in, but to make sure that this one leaves. We want 2020 out the door. Mike says, I'll trade you that 75 degrees. I'll take that any day. Yeah, Mike, the thing is, 75 degrees here feels a lot different than 75 in Florida. Because I've been in Florida for 75 degrees, and it feels very different than here. And it may just be because today is like just so, it's that, and Mike, you may understand this. It's that muggy where you walk out the door, you could walk out the door and you are wet. Like that humidity hits you and you are just like 30 seconds you are drenched head to toe. And I hate that kind of humidity. It messes with my asthma something absolutely fierce. I'm I I don't know. It's just bad. I'll show you something that I got. Oh, I'm very excited about this. So, if you don't know, I am a substitute paraprofessional teacher's assistant for the school district, and that's what I'm doing instead of working at the chamber now. I in October I will have been away from the chamber for a year, and I am. This is nothing against the chamber. The chamber was a fantastic place to work up until probably the last year that I worked there. There's, as in any job, there's politics, but when politics come from someone who's not even affiliated with the job that you work at, it becomes a very, very toxic place to work. And I didn't realize how toxic of a place it was to work until I wasn't there anymore. But I'm really enjoying, and subbing at the school is something that I had done actually before I was working full time at the chamber. So I called them up after I wasn't at the chamber. Excuse me. And I said, hey, I can be put back on the sub list. They were very excited about that. But one of the things that we all have to take with us is a water bottle. And 2 weeks ago, when Sam and I were doing our grocery shopping, I always check out what they call Woohoos at Dillon's, and they are a Kroger affiliate. And pretty much a Woohoo is their clearance section. I found, and this had been something that I'd actually seen previously in their Woohoo section, but it was on clearance for $1.75. But I got it for 75 cents. I don't know if it was mismarked. I don't know if they marked it down again, but it is a glass water bottle with its own sleeve. It's got a nice kind of bamboo lid on it. It's got a little rope so I can carry it around from class to class. I am super excited about my water bottle. And the teachers and teachers' aides are able to use the cafeteria and get ice. So I can fill it with ice and with water. And so I was very, very excited to get this for 75 cents. And it's not something that I can use like going into the theme parks because it is glass and they don't allow glass into the theme parks. But if Sam and I are going on a walk, if Sam and I are just going, down to like Wichita or something, I can totally fill this up with ice. I can't take it into the store and get ice because ours still do not allow personal cups into the store. But I can get a cup of ice and bring it out and pour it into my thing kind of defeats the purpose, because I'm really excited to not use as many like plastic bottles with this. But right now it's kind of one of the things you kind of have to do what you have to do. But I am super excited for my new water bottle, and especially because it was originally $5. I got it for 75 cents. I love getting good deals like that. I need to get some Goof Off or Gooby Gone from my mom. You can see that there's a little bit of a sticker residue on there, and I won't just want to get that cleaned up. Mike Lewis is right. Yep, I know that. Right now the humidity is so high here. You open your door, you're afraid that there's going to be a thunderstorm between the hot and cold air hitting. I understand that feeling. Oh, it's just eh. And I know that we're getting some residual weather off of Hurricane Laura, and that's where our thunderstorms this next week are coming from. But again, our thoughts and prayers are with those who are in the path of this hurricane and all the other weather. If you want to help, definitely get in touch with the Red Cross or another charity. Make sure that it's legitimate. Unfortunately, during times of crisis, lots of scams come out, and so wait before you donate to an organization. Do your due diligence, do your research, and make sure that it is a legitimate charity that you're donating to. The Red Cross is always a good one because you know that it's a legitimate organization. I am enjoying my coffee this morning. It's gotten cold over the past hour because I didn't drink it right away. Actually, I think I made it before my stream. I'm almost out of my creamer, but I've made it last 2 weeks, which I'm very, very proud of myself, by the way. Because it says 1 tablespoon is 1 serving. If you're anything like me, you go, yeah, that looks good. I guarantee that it's probably a lot more than 1 tablespoon. So the fact that I've made this last for 2 weeks, I'm really proud of myself. Because tomorrow is payday, so it will last over 2 weeks. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's like right here, I think. I'm trying to shake it in the sunlight. Yeah, there it is. My hand is in the way. It's like right. Yeah, because you can see it. Hey, you don't need me. Yeah, you can see how much is left of it, and it was up here. So I feel really proud of myself for that. A little bit of WD-40 on a napkin will help get that goo off. I will have Sam get a little bit of WD-40 for me, either when he gets off work or either at lunch or when he gets off work this evening. Thank you, Mike. I will definitely use that. Look at see when Sam has been doing some of our videos with me. If you missed the last couple, we did a kind of a throwback. We found a Taco Tico, and that was a really fun video to be able to film together because that's definitely from our from when we were dating, and so that was really fun to be able to eat Taco Tico and reminisce about like when we started dating, and the fact that tacos on Sundays were 29 and 39 cents a piece for hard tacos. So it was a really fun video to do. So it might be tomorrow's. Yes, on Saturday. Sam and I have a video coming out. Vacation is over. Now what? And since you guys are here, I will give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what information is in that video. Sam and I have our next Disney trip planned, and we are actually going to be in Disney World over the 4th of July. Yes, we are going to brave the 4th of July crowds. So we are really excited about that because we are not getting to go on any type of vacation this year other than what we took December, January, because we originally had a cruise planned in December. We were going to be down in Galveston for a couple weeks. And obviously with everything going on, we made the decision that maybe a cruise right now just wasn't the best thing to do. So we got a refund on our cruise, and we just applied that to next year's vacation. So we are excited about that. We will be there over the 4th. And we will be giving more details a little closer to that trip of what all that trip's going to entail. But we are both really excited about that. Different time of year for us to be there. My allergies are going to kill me. I keep getting messages on my phone, so I'm like, who is messaging me? I will say that I'm glad that I did our garage sale last weekend instead of this weekend. Last weekend was warm. You can see that I got some sun. You could definitely see there's a difference between, you can see where my tan line is there. I was really red on Thursday. Even though I was like this red on Thursday when I came in. I was miserable. It was so warm on Thursday. And I just made sure I was like, okay, I actually had an alarm set on my phone, and about every hour and a half I just resprayed with sunscreen. And I was like, and we have a portable air conditioning unit. I actually personally bought it when I was at the chamber because, hold on just a second. Sorry about that. When my parents call like 3 times in succession, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go ahead. Maybe something's wrong. I need to take that call. Our vacuum broke, and we haven't found one that we really like. So we just borrow my parents. And so my dad called. He's like, "Are you done with my vacuum?" And I'm like, "I'd had it for a day, like 2 days, Dad. But yeah, you can have it back. I don't care." And so he's like, "Fine, I'll be over in a little bit." I'm like, "You couldn't have waited like another 15 minutes." Like, I was seriously thinking something was wrong. When I get 3 calls in succession like that, like, and I've just declined them. I'm like, I'm busy, Dad. It's Thursday morning. I was like, oh boy, what's going on? Dad wanted his vacuum. Not the end of the world. And thank you, Dad. I forgot what I was talking about. Garage sale. Anyway, so Thursday, last Wednesday night, and I don't remember if I talked about this on Monday or not. So if I'm repeating things from Monday, I really do apologize. Wednesday night, Sam and I, when he was home, I don't know if you guys are new to the channel, if you don't know this, where Sam works, they closed down the shop Mondays and Fridays. So they only worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but were paid for Friday. But they said, hey, if something comes up or we need something to go out right away, you're gonna come in on Friday. I think that Sam did that 1 week, and then he didn't do. So we took advantage of the time that Sam was home, and we were cleaning and going. We were doing a spring clean that we haven't really been able to do in a while, simply because with Sam working and me working, we were doing good to come home to cook and go to bed, to get up and do it all over again. So with us both being home, and really we couldn't go anywhere. It was a good opportunity to do some of those things that we just hadn't had an opportunity to do in a while. Hillsboro was going to have a citywide garage sale. Then they decided to cancel it. Then they decided to go ahead and do it. There we go. I agree, Mike. We could throw back to what I may have talked about on Monday. We were already planning to be out of town the weekend that they had the citywide garage sale. So Sam and I are like, well, what do we do? Do we just donate all this to the thrift store, or do we just hold on to it until April, when the next citywide garage sale would be next April? And we're like, well, let's just hold on to it. Okay. I was falling, like, literally through my craft room. I had a path. We had a path. We had a path out of my, like, behind me. Like, I had boxes all behind me. I had a path that I could get to the kitchen and I could get to the bedroom bathroom area. The rest of it was boxes. And I was really tired of boxes. So I told Sam, we're having a garage sale. I don't care that it's August. I don't care that it's warm. I want this out of my house. I had had the smart thoughts to kind of go through the boxes ahead of time, and I had actually been posting some of the stuff that I knew would sell better on Marketplace than a garage sale. AKA, I knew the value of some of the stuff that I would have to market way down at a garage sale. Because, I mean, you can't ask $25 for something at a yard sale. You've got to ask like $10. So I was able to price some of the things that were a little bit more of a value. I'm trying to figure out that there is actually something on my computer screen. Okay. It's starting to really bug me. I was able to sell some stuff on Marketplace ahead of the garage sale. And then we had the garage sale last Thursday and Friday. And it was, I was out there from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. And Sam actually stayed on Friday. And then Sam on Friday, because I was part of Spill the Disney Tea's 1-year anniversary stream, he sat out there with the garage sale stuff for an additional like couple hours because it was a Friday and he could sleep in a little bit on Saturday. A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. He still had to get up and go to work. And then Saturday I was out there from 7 a.m. until noon. So at noon we boxed everything up and put it in the garage. And then on Monday I called the thrift store because the thrift store is only open now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're open for drop-offs because they have a couple storage sheds that they're kind of collecting things in and keeping them in lockdown for a couple weeks before putting them out. So I called on Monday and said, hey, I need an appointment at 4:30. Okay, talk to you later, Mike. I only got about 10 minutes left. Thank you so much for being here, Mike. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for being here. So Tuesday, when Sam got off work, we loaded up all the boxes of stuff from the garage sale, and we took it to the thrift store, and it is now bye-bye. It is gone. I sold what I could at the garage sale, and now people can get it at the thrift store. So I feel very accomplished. It's such a great feeling to have my space back. And Sam and I are doing some reorganizing, and I'm reorganizing my craft space, which is fun. I'm glad that I'm able to do it now, since I know I'll be working a lot this fall at the school. So it's a good feeling. I feel accomplished. I feel accomplished. Accomplished is a good word. The funnier part is that we've started another garage sale box. As I continue cleaning and going through things, and I mean, I think we can all go through the same box of stuff 5 times. Every time we find things that we really don't think we'll keep. So what I've done is I've got a box by the front door that I've just, when I find something that I really just don't think I'm going to use. One of the things that I found and it was in a weird spot. I don't even remember where it was. I'm like, why is this here? It was a bottle of hand lotion. I have to be really careful with scents and my asthma. And so the past few years, my mom has gotten me body sprays from Bath and Body Works, which I love. I love Bath and Body Works. The things that I can use from there are the aromatherapy, and I can use Thousand Wishes. It doesn't bother me. But some of their other scents do bother me, and so I sold all of my Bath and Body Works sprays that I couldn't use for $2 a piece at my garage sale. Rhonda says she started doing that right before COVID hit and been living with piles ever since. Well, it's time to have a garage sale, Rhonda. It's time to have a garage sale. So anyway, we are about at the end of our hour. Man, it seems like the hour went by really fast today. So coming up on the channel, I mentioned this kind of at the beginning, but I'll mention it again. Starting next week, which is, I believe, August 31st. Yes, August 31st, starting next Monday, August 31st, my live streams will be moved to 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, with me starting to get back in the groove of getting ready for potential subbing jobs at the school. I want to get everyone in the habit of evening streams again instead of morning streams because I just don't know when I'm going to be home. So next week, the 31st and the 3rd will both be evening streams. However, the following week, on the 7th, is Labor Day. I will be out of town. There will be no live stream that day. There will be no live stream on Labor Day. And on Wednesday the 9th, it is my birthday. September 9th is my birthday. And so I will be doing a virtual birthday live stream with my friends here on YouTube. If you are interested to come and hang out for a little bit, you are more than welcome to. Just shoot me a message on Instagram, Life with Lena, and I will make sure that you get the StreamYard link ahead of that stream. And it will be at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will go for about two hours or so, from about 2 to 4 Central, so that'd be 3 to 5 Eastern Time. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Getting to celebrate my birthday with all of you. I'm very excited about that. And then so there will only be one. I might do a second live stream that week. I just don't know yet what my schedule will look like. And then starting the 14th, it will be the evening streams going forward. So thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you all. If you are new to the channel, I'm glad that you're here. Make sure to smash that like button. If you are new and you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I post videos almost daily. It just depends. Sometimes days do tend to fall through the cracks, but I am trying really hard to make sure that you guys have a daily video or a live stream. So with that, thank you guys so much. If you are watching on the live, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who participated in the chat. If you are watching in the replay, thank you guys so much for watching the replay, and we will see you in a live stream or in the comments of a video. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye.